My name is Timothy Davidson Sr. I am the Chief Financial Officer for Training Solutions LLC. I'm also the author of a book, In a Desert Land, Economic Survival Strategies for Minorities in America. My experience writing this book was a journey, the best way I can describe it, of pouring out some thoughts and ideas that I've been accumulating over a number of years. And then through my time exposing those books, I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about my family, and also was able to pull together some facts and figures that I always knew were there, but now I had evidence to prove some of the things that I've been thinking all along. So, looking at where that came from, and it was back in some politician was talking about how difficult it was to get money, for the government for projects and stuff that they needed, and it says better, it's easier to get it from a tree than to get it out of Congress. But money does grow on trees, but they're family trees. Mm-hmm. We have to think, beyond our generation, beyond our lives. I think a lot of us get stuck in just our lives. How do I make my life better? What do I want? And I believe that a lot of us as African Americans and minorities in America don't really understand the struggles and challenges that we face in America. We've bought into certain things, and so we act and respond in a certain way. And so I wanted to describe that environment that we really exist in, hoping that it will open people's eyes. Also talk about some of the mistakes or actions we take that potentially make things worse for us, and finally give them some strategies for making things better for themselves. Not giving them solutions, because I think people always want people to give them solutions and ways to fix things, instead of actually critically thinking themselves and figure out what works best for them to solve the problems that they face. And one of the things that I believe, or I've seen in people, is that they blame themselves a lot for the struggles, especially financially, that they have, not understanding that there are forces out there that are making it very difficult for them to survive as it is. So I want them to get away from blaming themselves a lot for what they see, but also holding themselves accountable for what they do and how they move forward from here, right? If you know that things are tough for you, then and someone tells you some of the things that you're doing wrong, now you are accountable for living in that tough environment and stop making the mistakes that are making things so difficult for you, and taking the actions necessary to improve your situation. I also want people to believe or think beyond themselves, or beyond their lives, to think through to their children's lives and their children's lives. But this is generational things that would have to be done in order for us to change the situation that we face. 40 years from now, I want to be able to hand this money to them, or have someone hand that money to them. How much do you think that money would have grown with just 5% interest? I think it enriched my view of the world. It also enriched my conversation I have with those who are close, near, and dear to me. My wife and my family can share some things with them that we really couldn't have conversations about in the past. And also I've gotten out of the fact that people really take to and understand what this book is about. They see themselves in this book. Many people tell me that I was speaking their words, I was in their minds when I was reading it. They were reading this book. And some of the same thoughts that they've had, some of the same experiences that they've had, they see this, jumping off the page at them, and it's, either encouraging them, and also challenging them to change their behaviors. Is there a continuing story there that I want to tell? And obviously there are some other things I didn't put into the first book. I think I need to address in the second book that would give people a better view of the environment that we're in, and potentially give them some more strategies, some pointed strategies for making things better for them in the future. And then hopefully taking that message across the country. And that's obviously my heart's desire is for everyone to have an awareness of this book, whether it's giving it to them for them to read, or them sharing it amongst friends, so they can have a lively discussion about this, and hopefully that will lead to change.